This one for the what about crowd. You know, the what about Antifa people always trolling you with fake news about the left wing bogeyman that lives under your bed. Yeah, this one is for them. What about the Middle Passage? What about the massacre at Wounded Knee in 1890? What about the white supremacist Wilmington insurrection of 1898? What about Frank Little and Joe Hill? What about Sacco and Vanzetti? What about Japanese Americans incarcerated in concentration camps? What about Hiroshima and Nagasaki? What about August 28, 1955, in a place called Money, Mississippi? I have some money that says some people cannot say what happened on that day. What about June 12, 1963 in Mississippi? What about February 21st, 1965 in Manhattan? What about April 4th, 1968 in Memphis at the Lorraine Motel? What about December 4th, 1969 on North Halsted Street in Chicago? What about March 16th, 1968 at My Lai? What about May 4th, 1970 at Kent State? What about February 26, 2012 in Florida, or April 9, 2014 in Ferguson? Do you even remember their names? What about all the horrors I am sure to have left out of this what about rant? What about? I'm only scratching the surface, and I got the idea of this poem from Amiri Baraka's Somebody Blew Up America. Will someone go read that? So you know what happened on September 11th, 2001, but do you know what happened on September 17th, 2011? We might remember being worried about December 31st, 1999, but can you say what happened on November 30th, 1999? We can only talk about May 25th, 2020 and January 6th, 2021 in all of these contexts. And so what about it, all you what about people? What about more than 100,000 documented instances of police brutality as the state's best response to a protest about police brutality? What about learning history? What about learning the meaning of settler colonialism? What about mass murder? What about mass incarceration, mass dissociation? The conspiritualist hunch about a mass assassination was sort of correct. We just got sold the wrong one. People, we got to get this right. What about decriminalization of Black humanity? Decriminalization of sex and drugs, not guns. The legalization of liberation and the decolonization of life itself. What about not waiting your entire life to live the next life? We used to call it the new world and the shell of the old. We used to say all power to the people. We used to say free all political prisoners. It was just a few years ago. We used to say another world is possible, and we pledge to make it real. What about all that? Wait, I'm waiting. What about it? What about it? What about it?